Soundclash Radio.
Yo, what's up with it? What's up with it, man? I am Talk the DJ. This is Soundclash Radio. I'm sitting here with my brother, man. The one, the only Marquand X, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, brother. Blacktastic.
It's Blacktastic. I like that.
Lie, it's been a good weekend.
It's been a good weekend. So let's talk about it, man. So you the brain behind Underground Arts Collective.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a couple other things as well. So I want you to kind of talk about that and explain what Underground Arts Collective is and what it means to the community.
So Underground Arts Collective is just a collective of events that bring artists and creatives together.
Yep.
To like put it simply. So we have events that are platforms for artists and creators. So film premieres, open mic, comedy show, art dinner, things of that nature, to where even though it's an event for me to put on and for me to benefit, it's also a platform for them to benefit. So the people on the platform benefit, the customers benefit, and it's like it's a circle of unity where everybody's benefiting all at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's why we call it the Underground Arts Collective, to just bring everybody together and just keep it rolling.
Got you. Because I never really, I've been working with you on this and everything as well. And I never really understood the name of Underground Arts Collective, but I appreciate you shedding some light on that.
Yeah.
Also, dude, these events have been like crazy, you know what I'm saying? And the elevation I've been seeing from each event.
I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? All year has been crazy. So speak on that. You've been building connections. You've been meeting people, networking, which is what I feel like this is all about. You know what I mean? From the dinners, networking dinners, to art auctions, to film premieres. What made you want to like get up and say, you know what, I'm gonna do these events and I'm gonna build this community?
A long time ago, one of my old business partners introduced me to, it was a white guy. We met him for lunch, and he just kept going in on like, man, you got to start a platform business and you have to have your numbers right. You get your deck together, and as long as you do those two things, you'll be good to go. And he just kept stressing that platform business. And that's what a lot of these things are these days. Like, everything is a platform business. To get people onto your platform, get them to either subscribe or provide a platform for them to showcase what they do. So, you know, a lot of these third-party sale companies or different things where you can showcase your stuff. Even YouTube is just a platform business, you know? Yeah. But they just got a lot of people on their platform for you to be able to go see. So essentially, I wanted to create the same thing through live experiences and, showing people's artistic direction and who they are. Right. And I knew that me personally, I'm not a painter. I'm not a creative in that way. Like, I understand logistics, but I like to do creative stuff. Yeah. So I provide the infrastructure for the person that likes to paint or likes to do comedy or likes to do what they do. Yeah. I can just build the infrastructure of all the stuff, enjoy the event, while y'all be the creatives that make the shit enjoyable, you know?
Got you. So it's like different kind of arts.
Exactly.
A collective.
Exactly.
Of arts that you might not know about because it's on the ground.
That I don't know about. That I have no idea how to do what they do, because that's just not me. You know?
So that's not you, but you kind of curate these events just so they can showcase their talent.
Exactly.
And their art. So what does art like mean to you? You know what I'm saying? You say you're not a creative in that way, but even just putting these events together, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of a work of art. You set the table. I done seen your table setups. I done seen the backdrops and all that. I done seen the film. You know what I'm saying? All that setup, the film premiere setups and everything like that. What does art actually mean to you? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to creating and positioning and everything like that.
Quite honestly, I like the art of putting productions together, right? It's not a struggle. It's easy to me. But as I've worked on larger and larger productions, I like the way the mechanism works. You know, I like to see people loading all of the stuff in and how it strategically has to get put together, from the set pieces to the audio to the XLR cables and how we're going to run everything. Okay. Seeing how everything gets put together, I just like that process, you know? Yeah. So for me, it's art to see it done. And over the time with the dinner party, I just got good at that particular schematic and mechanism, to where when it's dinners, I just look at it like a schematic, just copy and paste, just doing it over and over. It's not hard to cook and feed people, you know? Yeah. It's just people And one thing I made a point to myself way in the past was I'm not going to be the center man and become a salesperson the whole time. So when I'm leading the table to have dinner, I'm never selling anything. I'm only selling connectivity.
Yep.
Right. So that has helped me tremendously because people want a relationship with me because I'm not trying to sell them insurance or this or that or whatever. I'm not trying to sell them nothing. I'm trying to see what they need so I can connect them to somebody.
Okay.
So in a sense, that's how I find the art in it because it's not challenge. It's challenging to find the right person to connect somebody to because you can just connect them to anybody, you know.
Right.
But the challenge is having a big enough network to where you can put the pieces together in the right way, and then structuring events to where people come in and actually have a good time.
Yeah.
There's an art to doing that in itself.
Exactly.
And you know, our people ain't shy. They'll tell you when your shit sucks. So,
For sure. They'll make you feel it.
Real talking, I've been there. Somebody that I've definitely gotten bad reviews over the years where somebody let me know like, Marquand, you could have done this and done that, and it's like they not wrong. You know,
Yeah, we take it into
they not wrong. They
consideration.
not
Yeah.
wrong. It was that food was cold. We was a little late, so I get it. You know,
Feedback, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I feel like it make you better, you know what I'm saying? And it make the rooms better. So
Yeah.
when it comes to like having a good room, when you leave your dinner party and say, man, that was a good room, that was a good, like, what makes a good room?
The biggest thing that we're trying to create is synergy, right?
Yeah.
And you do that by the people placement and the conversation, right? So you can have a great conversation, but don't put the people right next to the people that they should be with, and the people that should be connecting aren't, right?
Right.
And then and vice versa. You can put people right next to who they should be talking to, but then you could be talking about the wrong things, and now you're not creating a synergy to pull out of them what they should be discussing. So, for example, say I had a real estate dinner, but I had a few real estate agents, a few real estate brokers, a few real estate finance people. I don't want to put all of them real estate agents right next to each other.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're all doing the same thing. So I sprinkle them around the table and place them properly. And then when I bring up the actual, that's just, the placement is just one aspect of it. The other aspect is the conversation itself. We bringing up, hey, this person did a deal in this way. You can do deals in this way as well, you know? And then this person runs their brokerage in this way. You can utilize this same tip or trick that we're utilizing as well, right? So I give the brokers and the real estate agent or the person that's doing fix and flips, I give them the opportunity to like teach you essentially. That's what I'm saying. They get the opportunity to teach what they're doing, say what they're doing, and then other people at the table get the chance to digest it and ask questions at the same. We having dinner, so they're like, "Damn, that was genius." You know, can you tell me how to do that? And then you know how we do it. It's family style. So by the time they actually get to talking and connecting, they already done let their hair down, so to speak. So they like, hey, yeah, come on, you know, let's go to lunch tomorrow or whatever. So and those two components is really how I lock in on that.
And that's the part I love about it is the like community building. Even just the dinner setup that you have builds communities and builds connections. And I want you to speak on that because if you need some of that bread, if you need some of that salmon, or you know what I'm saying, some of that glaze, whatever Arnold be cooking up. Shout out my man Arnold. Yeah. But if you need some of that, I gotta pass it to you because it's on my side of the table.
Exactly.
So speak on that a little bit and how you break this down to a science, because I feel like when you break stuff down to a science, that's when it works. You know what I'm saying? Because science is facts and everything has to be done in methods, I feel like. So speak on that and the method behind how you deliver the message and how you bring people to that, to where you to understand where you're coming from. Right.
So essentially, before the food even comes out, I tell them like, hey, we're here for unity. We're here for family. We're here to meet somebody we don't know. And a piece of that I got from one of my old business partners. His name was Austin. He was really good at that. So I really got that from him. Kudos to Austin wherever he is.
Shout out Austin.
But pretty much the goal is to get them to be unity minded first, right? And then as the food starts coming out, I tell them, hey, we all eat family style. And I ask them, when the last time you ate family style? When the last time your own family done this? Yeah. right? And in doing that, it brings it to the forefront of everybody's mind. Like, have I ever done this? When was the last only Thanksgiving? And then some black families, it's not family style, it's a big ass buffet.
Yeah.
It's just a buffet. Then you go sit where you want to sit at and watch the game that's on Thanksgiving. You don't sit there and have dinner with your family.
True.
You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So in this sense, we break it all down, and as the food is all over the table, everybody quickly realizes, God dang, I only got nothing but mac and cheese in front of me. I have nothing but rice, or it's nothing but bread in front of me.
Yeah,
So you
it
feel
looks
me?
good down over there at the table. Let me
So-
see what they're talking about. Yeah.
So I let everybody know, just like this is a representation of the black community. It's a microcosm, right?
yeah.
So the goal is to show them everybody, it's more than enough food at this table for all of us to eat a few times.
Okay.
Are you willing to pass what's in front of you to the nigga way on the other end of the table?
Make sure he eat the same shit you eat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have every bit of food here to give everybody a full plate. Are you willing to pass the peas down to the next man?
Yeah.
And
Man.
business resources in the black community is the same way. So with us having a business dinner as the Art Collective, we talking about, think about an arts dinner, all these artists at the table. One artist has sold commissions. One artist is selling their stuff to thrift stores. One artist is doing pop-up events. Another artist then got booked at Six Flags and they doing characters. We get them to talk about, yeah, this is a way we can make money. They looking for other people, this and
Yeah.
that. So at the event, we let them know, even through the method that we serve the food, you have to pass it to the next person to keep it flowing.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get a full plate like you deserve if you ain't doing it for other people around you.
Yeah.
So the way we do the food is a metaphor for that,
Yeah.
and it sticks.
And it teaches people.
It sticks, and it literally teaches you. You gotta ask them.
Mhm.
You gotta ask them, because people will start eating and not be worried about it. And if you ain't asking them,
Yeah. Closed
yeah.
mouth don't get.
and they will be already eating, not even thinking about you.
Yep.
And people have seen that in the dinner, like, dang, y'all ain't gonna pass the cranberry sauce or whatever it is. And you
I
like,
know what you need if you ain't say.
Come on, bro.
You know what I mean?
come on. It ain't like I ain't gonna give it to you, but you gotta ask.
Yeah. I ain't gatekeeping the macaroni and cheese.
Exactly.
You just ain't
So-
never said you wanted some. You never said you needed some macaroni and cheese. You look like you was eating good.
Exactly.
Over there. You know what I mean?
And,
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
So through that, and then having different business themes throughout the different times that we've done the dinners, because we started them in 2018. So just imagine a real estate, life insurance, Primerica, art dinner, all these different things, media dinner. We've done a number of different things,
Yeah.
stuff for film. So bringing these different people together, we can have different forms of conversation to push the culture forward.
Okay.
So Underground Arts Collective, that's what we're trying to embody,
Yeah. So somebody who will maybe want to participate in this, in maybe one of the networking dinners,
Mhm.
or maybe somebody who wants to be selected for a film premiere,
Mhm.
or somebody who wants to maybe pull up to an art auction and see where they fare at with the other artists and see how much they can maybe possibly sell their art for.
Right.
How would they go about doing that?
On undergroundartscollective.com, but as of right now, they would probably just want to go on our Instagram and wait. We're going to be it's Underground Arts Collective with a K. We're going to be launching everything on February 1st to tell people about what we're doing in March and what we're doing in May. And we have a pretty good working relationship with the South Dallas Culture Center over there off Fitzhugh. It's off Fitzhugh, yeah, right across the street from Dos Equis Pavilion. So that's where all of these Underground Arts Week will be held. There'll be different events at Vista Bank and at Fair Park. But for these particular arts events, the South Dallas Culture Center they've been extremely supportive to the vision. They want to see artists in these different spaces in the community to push them out there.
Yeah.
So shout out to the South Dallas Culture Center and
Shout out South
Van
Dallas
and
Culture.
Dupree up there. But
Shout out Dupree, man.
Mhm.
Dupree is that guy. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
so
And not to spill
100%.
too much of the beans, but anybody else who's looking for some type of program or anything like that,
Mhm.
Dupree is very, very capable of helping you out
Right.
and executing that. You really have no excuse, because Dupree, he will literally lead you to the water. All you gotta do is drink.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
shout out to Dupree. Shout out South Dallas Cultural Center. How did you get that connect? Like, for people who wondering, like, dang, how do I get connected with these venues? How do I get connected with the culture and with
Well, the very first time I went up there,
April?
right, my homegirl April was doing her thing. I went up there. I was like, man, this kind of nice. I walked all around. As soon as I asked him, like, hey, who runs this? He gave me his card. I came back the next day, and I got my first event. Well, it was on a Saturday or a Friday that we went up there. I went back that next Tuesday when they was open.
Yeah.
And it was all set up, just that easy, just that quick, and we did it.
Blessings for sure. Cool.
So yeah, it was just that easy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's go into this Badu real quick, man.
It's bigger than the government. This one is the healer. Nigga, it's bigger than the government. This one is the healer. It's bigger than the government. This one is the healer. Told you we ain't dead yet. We've been living through your internet. You don't have to believe everything you think.
You ready, brother?
Soundclash Radio with Talk the DJ.
What song was that?
The Healer by Erykah Badu.
The Healer.
Yeah, that was The Healer by Erykah Badu.
Yeah, that was
saying I forgot we were a real radio station. I got to shout the songs out. You know what I'm saying?
It was a vibe though.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm thinking to myself like, dang, I've heard this, but I don't remember from where.
I be trying to keep people on their toes with the music selection, so I play a lot of deep cuts.
That was a good vibe though.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out Badu, who's actually from South Dallas, where we do a lot of our events at. Shot with the Underground Art Collective. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one day, you know, she might be able to pull up to one.
Man, I did her rehearsal.
Yeah, you told me. My boy Dedrick was there. Dedrick, who came to the dinner the one time, her graphic designer.
Oh, the tall dude with the dreads.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, we did the rehearsal.
Because he works also on the road with her too for like her tour. So he done been this whole tour all last year, and I ain't gonna keep talking too much about Dedrick.
I know it's a good show.
It's a
It's a good show.
Uh-huh.
She sing her heart out. The part that I love the most is has the tour started already, right?
It's pretty much wrapped up.
Oh yeah, okay.
She got a couple more shows, but
by this time they've seen it already because I didn't want to let it out. But she got like this. It's almost like a jellyfish type of thing that surrounds her body, right?
Mhm.
But they're LEDs. They're LEDs to where at front of house they're controlling the lights on the LEDs and they're putting words, hearts. It's sparkling. Man, it's crazy. The way it's set up, but it fits her, you know. When we was breaking it all down, I was talking to the dude like, bro, this shit is genius. He was like, really? That's the guy over there that created this yet. And I'm like,
man.
I'm like, bro.
So you get to be around a lot of these productions and stuff because you, I know you kind of help out and you set them up and everything like that. What is that? How does that? What do you take from that and put into Underground Art Collective?
Well, so I've worked huge events, like as large as they get at the AT&T Center.
Everything from Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl level performances to
halftime shows, everything, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm doing my own events, this is like 20, 30 people, 50 people, 100 people max. It doesn't require the same level of audio. It doesn't require the same level of security. It doesn't require what I see constantly on the day-to-day.
Yeah.
So doing it at a much smaller level, we're setting all of this up in 40 minutes. We're audio checking, all of this stuff is happening. So we're having a dinner. This is getting set up at 30. The table set up
We
at
set
30
it
minutes
up,
max.
and we break it down, and
Exactly.
be out home by 10.
So you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It shouldn't take us hour, 2 hours to do this. So what a big piece of what I learned is like load in and load out structure,
Yeah.
right? So doing so many concerts, you'll see every different tour has a particular structure of how they do their load in, right?
Yeah.
Some people put all of the stuff in the right place and then start building from there. Some build things piece by piece, one at a time. You just see a lot of different structures of how they decide to build stuff out.
And that's what a lot of events are sometimes.
Exactly.
missing. A lot of events have the right concept, the right, mix of people, but they don't have that structure.
They
to
lack
where
infrastructure.
They don't have the run-up show. They
Exactly.
don't have a tech writer. They don't have, a lot of people don't know how to do any of that.
Right.
Advanced shows or
Right.
anything like that. So that's another thing I feel like you teach a lot of the people, especially the production team with the Underground Arts Collective that you work that work with you. You know what I'm saying? We learn a lot just by how to put together a show.
Right.
Cause I done did 5 dinner parties.
Right.
This last one, shit, I'm on autopilot. You know
It's
what
so
I'm saying?
fast, it's
I
quick and
came
easy, it don't even
in.
feel like work.
Yeah, it don't even feel like work. You know,
It becomes so easy to where it's like, oh, this is all second nature, second hand, and then boom, boom, boom. It doesn't feel like, because a lot of the events, what people don't want to do is be in here breaking down for an hour and a half, 2 hours after the event. It shouldn't be that at all,
real tight.
And if I'm breaking down a concert at work with my coworkers, we're taking a concert down in 2 hours. Why we can't take a dinner table down in 15 minutes, So that's how I kind of approached it. And so that skill set of being in large productions, it helped me hone in on systems to make these small productions easy. It's like, bro, this shouldn't take us long at all.
Yeah.
So the challenge was getting people that didn't have access to the larger productions to understand why I view this as easy.
Right.
Because some people are like, it's hard. We haven't done it. I'm like, just trust me. Just do it in this manner. Just trust me. Boom, boom, boom. And it's going to get easy as hell, And little by little, literally, you see, we have my cousins, they're kids, and they're doing it.
Yeah.
14, 15.
Serving the time.
And they have it
Yeah.
down to a science because we
Yeah.
just made it easy for them.
Yeah.
And I realized if I can explain this to 12-year-olds, there's no reason why adults shouldn't be
Grown
able to.
adult. Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
Come
Cool.
It's a
Hey,
system.
It is. Yeah. It is. It is. And I like how you built that. So for
Right.
the people who want to come attend, let's talk about what's next. You know what I'm saying? 2026, man. We got a fresh slate.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So what we doing next, man? What we got coming up?
So the dinner party series this year is going to be at Fair Park.
Nice. That's
We're
nice.
hosting a dinner party on February 4th at Fair Park, and then every single month there'll be a dinner party at Fair Park. The Underground Arts Collective, in our partnership with South Dallas Culture Center, we're hosting an Underground Art Suite there in March, in May, in August, and then in October. So, but I've really been thinking about canceling the one in October fully and just doing like an art convention style thing for 2 days over the weekend.
Okay.
So I'm up in the air about that, but I have the whole year to do what needs to be done. But so that's what's on the forefront. So in March, you can expect a film premiere, an open mic night, a comedy show, as well as the arts dinner like we did at the end of.
Cool.
Right. So we're gonna pack it out with artists, have them all at the table, have dinner together.
Cool. It sounds, you know what I'm saying? It's exciting. You know what I'm
Gonna be
saying?
live.
I will be there. So make sure anybody who's watching either pull up and support, or if you want to get involved, if you got a film that you're working on, or if you got anything, any art that you just made that you feel like, let me go make my little 500, 600, couple thousand. You never know what you can make. You know what I'm saying? It's auction.
Right.
So just pull up. You know what I'm saying? Get involved. This is very local. It's really good to get your feet in the door. I always say these networking dinner parties is good practice
Right.
for when you need to get into those major, you know what I'm saying, corporate rooms. It teach you how to talk. And I feel like a lot of like the younger folks is lacking that skill. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So this is a good thing that you're doing, and keep going, my brother.
Thank you.
Quick, before we wrap up, do you have any like advice or any words of wisdom for anybody who out here trying to build up their network?
Their network,
Mm-hmm.
2 things. I would say go to as many networking events in their industry, right?
Right.
And then also find a mentor and be their worker bee, you know? So take the own initiative to go to places. So say I want to be a DJ. I would go to hella places where it's gonna be DJs at, audio people, wedding planners and stuff like
Or
that.
they just chilling.
Because you go on Eventbrite, there's gonna be events for DJs, DJ competitions, this and that. There's gonna be stuff like that out there,
Yeah,
right?
DJs, they're chilling where you can just soak it up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's one component of it. But the other side of it, I would find a mentor that's 5 to 10 years ahead of me and become their worker bee.
Yeah.
Ask them, hey, you need help with this, you need help with that, you need help with this, you need help with that.
Yeah.
And then little by little, they're gonna put you in places that you couldn't put yourself
Mhm.
because they're already way ahead of you in terms of business development. Because they've been doing it longer than you. That's why you want them to mentor you. So they're gonna be ahead of you in business development. So this is a person that may be getting $1,000 DJ gigs that doesn't want a $250 gig, and that will gladly get that
But
to
you
you.
might need that 200. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Just for the
Exactly.
experience, and it's just cool.
And the fact that you willing to show up for them, help them run cables, help them do this, and help them do that.
Yeah.
You've helped them at a few weddings. You just to get your feet wet. You know them now.
Yeah.
And then boom, now he has 2 weddings in the same day, and he sends you to do the other one, and he doing this one. You know, so I think having a mentor that's ahead of you, and then so those are 2 major components when you want to network, because your mentor can really advance you because they can put you in spaces and give you opportunities that it probably would have took you years to get on your own. Okay, you know, so being able to that's a huge thing. A lot of people don't see the value in it until they kind of lose access to it. Like, dang, you know,
Yeah.
like, man, my mentor was getting me into this, getting me into that, getting me into this, and these are very things that are more advanced than what I've worked myself to deserve to be at, you know.
Yeah, so, like,
and
you
we
gotta
all know,
rise to the
like,
occasion.
oh, this is my first year. I shouldn't be here. You know, I haven't worked myself to get here. I just know this person and they got me in.
But
I'm not gonna turn it down, but at the same time, we all know, you know, we've all been there at least once, you know, where somebody that got you into something. So we're finding somebody that is willing to do that because you're willing to work,
yeah.
and you don't have to put a price tag on the work. The price tag is access, you know, access and learning from them. So I had a lot of people that have held that position in my life, but I've on both ends to where I've had people that's working and I'm mentoring them and showing them stuff, while at the same time I have a mentor that is making me do little small tasks and stuff that I'm doing for them, but it's teaching me like, dang, I never considered that, you know?
Okay.
So little by little, it's a circle of life, you know?
Yeah, each one teach one.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
those 2 components, go to as many networking events as possible that's in your like specific focus, and then get a mentor, and don't just ask them questions. Ask them, how can I help, and do whatever they ask of you.
So I heard the man, networking, apprenticeships, you know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you,
Go ahead, get into it.
you'll skip years. You'll skip years by just having the right mentor and being willing to work, you know? Being willing to work.
Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate you, bro. Anything else special you got coming up you want to share with the folks?
Not really.
Yeah.
Hey, we got
yeah.
this year, you know, FIFA coming to town.
FIFA
so
and-
all of the production professionals, we ready for that. So
So they got like 6 games already scheduled, and then maybe even more.
no, it's 9 games. It's 9 games. So Dallas at the Cowboy Stadium, and then Houston at NRG, right? So the games are already scheduled from like those pre-play games or whatever, all the way to the quarterfinals.
Right.
So they have it, you know, so Brazil and Argentina and like a few African countries that's real big, they
same.
all gonna be playing here in Texas. So it's gonna be bringing millions of people here.
Millions
So
of dollars.
for
You know what I'm
man,
saying?
people that work in production, when they have a pop-up concert or this for the back celebrities and all of that, man, there's so much stuff that got to be set up and took down, and audio to be ran, and audio doing this. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in the mix this year.
Say listen, we gonna be in the mix, man. Be on the lookout for the Underground's Art Collective.
Yes, sir.
And hey, Marquand X, everybody.
Thank you so
You know what
much.
I'm
Appreciate
saying?
it.
Hey,
Thank
I
you for having
appreciate
me.
you, my brother. Yes, sir.
Mhm.